Hold up.
Hey folks, it's me, it's MRB, Mr. B, YouTube's best kept secret, and I'm here as always with the Queen of Supreme, the podcasting dream.
Hi, I'm Tats.
Oh, you changed it. Last week it
I'm
was
changing
just...
every episode.
Last week it was just call me Tats. Now it's, hi, I'm Tats. No, I have to watch out for this.
I was lying in bed this morning. I was thinking, how can I introduce myself today? And I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll just say that.
That is
next week it'll be different as well.
That is an image that has sailed 1,000 ships. It just literally, I was lying in bed this morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, never mind."
I know. I'm sorry to give you guys false hope. I'm apologising right now.
Well,
sorry.
Judging from the comments last week, you're getting a cult following.
I must be. I don't know why.
Oh, I love Tats. Where's that accent from? I know we've already answered that one. Oh, a voice. And it's like, you're getting a cult following. It's like, oh, fuck Mr. B.
I know, guys. Come on, show some love to Mr. B. He works just as hard as me.
I'm the co-host now. I'm like Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. I'm Boo Boo. I made a boo boo boo. So you're the star. I'm just like the sidecast geezer. Scrappy Doo, that'll do. Right, so today we've got quite a lot to go through because there's quite a bit of news. Either this week, there's been some real shit going down this week, man.
Yeah.
Real shit going down. I mean, obviously, you've got we could talk about Twitch every week. We're not going to do... The stuff with Ninja's been well documented about Twitch putting porn on his channel. Did you hear about that?
I did, yes. I actually saw it. I saw it.
Beautiful. Yeah. We obviously, with our new program, Exposing Twitch, which the first episode is on YouTube. Go watch.
Yeah.
It is, we're now... The first target was Vivaria. A very nice, decent block lady who likes to show her tits off. So it just pretty much shows how dead Twitch is. So we're not going to talk about Twitch too much today because we do it every week. Today, we're going to talk about gaming. Can you believe that in a gaming podcast, we're going to talk about gaming?
Jeez, I think this will be one of the first times that we've done it, actually, since episode 1.
I was actually considering changing it from Tuesday's Gaming Podcast to Tatty Gorilla Podcast. So we talk about everything bar gaming, but today it's gaming. So we're going to get straight into it because there's a lot to go through. But today, this week, should I say, there's been a huge info dump about Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes.
CD Projekt Red has released some awesome details. First things first, there's a few pictures that came out, which look absolutely fantastic. There was a picture of and I'm probably going to absolutely cock this up, but it was the Yabakusanabi bike, or Yabikusanabi.
I think you said that pretty well.
Yeah,
wow.
I tried Yabba Dabba Doo earlier, but yeah, Yabakusanabi bike, which looked amazing. There was a picture showing the nano wire, which as a weapon looks absolutely. It's almost like a stealth choking wire, but just nano and electric, and use it as a whip and all that shit. That looks awesome. But they've also released some information about the like little side quests and stuff. What kicked it all off, there was the news about later on next year, they're going to be releasing like a card game, Cyberpunk 2077 card game. And everyone was asking whether or not it's going to be like Gwent. Like from The Witcher, you got Gwenters. And they said no. They're not doing anything like that in-game. There's not going to be any sort of spin-off little card games or anything like that. The Cyberpunk 2077 card game is a complete standalone, but there will be loads of little mini-games like car racing, boxing, shooting ranges, and a really interesting one, which is hacking. Now, what they've said about the hacking is that the better you get at hacking, the more things open up. So, if you're doing the bare minimum on hacking like I do, because I'm generally shit at it in any game, if you do the bare minimum, then you're not going to get much open up. But if you, as I assume, do it quickly or don't mess it up, that sort of thing, then you'll get extra avenues open up within the story. Which I think that's really cool. It's almost like... Yeah, it's almost like a reward for being good at something. A reward I'll never get.
It seems like it brings maybe a little bit more content as well.
It does. It does. I mean,
Yeah.
which is the main thing. The one thing they touched on as well, which is what I've been interested in, was the John Silverboy character played by Keanu Reeves, man.
I think everybody's excited for that, eh?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
magnificent. So the one thing that I thought straight was, is he just going to be like a bit part cameo? And they've confirmed that no, he's not going to. He's actually going to be quite an important, integral part to the story. Which that's good news because Keanu Reeves is an excellent actor.
Yep.
So if he's just coming for a cameo, I'd have been like, nah. But no, he apparently he's going to be a major part of the narrative as John Silverboy. So that's kind of cool. What's the other stuff that they've released today? Oh, an intricate law system that ebbs and flows depending on which faction has bribed them.
Oh. It's very detailed. Very detailed. Yeah.
Romance options will be available, including one-night stands and prostitutes.
What? It's like a mixture of Watch Dogs and GTA right now.
Yeah, so no, you can pay a prostitute to bang her, whether it's or him, whichever your preference is. So yeah, that's what they've released. It's quite a decent amount of information there, and
we all know what Mr. B is doing once Cyberpunk comes out.
The first $20 Cyberpunk dollars is going on a prostitute. You can guarantee it.
Fucking upgrade of weapon or anything like that.
I'm upgrading my penis, man. Like, he's getting an upgrade to the penis. I want it vibrating. If you upgrade
your penis in the game as part of the player profile, then I'm uninstalling the game before I've even installed it. Fuck that.
No, cool. You have a bit of like Cyberpunk 2020 vibrating penis right there. I'm having it done.
Jesus Christ. I'm fucking done.
So that's a Cyberpunk 2077. So all in all, it is looking better and better as each day goes on.
It is, yeah. They're constantly keeping up with the tempo as well. Like they're constantly bringing out the news. The devs are very sort of I don't know, they just like to tell the fans exactly what's happening, and they're bringing more content out that most games right now are not really doing. They're kind of saying, hey, we've got a new game coming out in about 12 months' time, and then you don't really hear anything. You'll hear like one or two little tiny updates, but this is so detailed. It's wonderful to see.
They're having a real... We talked a couple of weeks ago about devs doing stuff for the love of gaming, and CDPR, or CD Projekt Red, definitely seems to be well in tune with the... I mean, they're taking quite a few pop shots at people like EA, which is quite funny to watch. Some of the tweets that come out with little pop shots is quite funny. Especially all this anti-consumerism bullshit that's going around. But the other thing as well that I noticed in the info thing was there was quite a mention about hand-holding. Because a lot of people said the biggest complaint about Witcher 3 was that hand-holding was quite prevalent. So when we say hand-holding, we mean it tells you exactly what to do, where to go. You know, it's easy to get from A to B because you know exactly where you're going. What they've said is that they're basically going to dial back on the hand-holding. So you'll still get something which is similar to Witcher Sense, which is augmented reality. But there'll be things that are a lot tougher to find. And they want to really promote exploration rather than just going from A to B. That, to me, as someone who likes exploring games, should I say, get your teeth in, you stupid dickhead. So exploring games and exploring worlds that these creators make, I find that really fascinating because not many single-player games do that these days. It's normally, here's your objective, here's how to get to it, crack on, son.
Yeah. There's like no sort of learning your own way through the game. Like there's none of that open world type of feel to it. It's kind of you have to do this and this alone, and it's just to me that's like a little bit boring. I don't like it.
I mean, there was a thing on one of the all the special people, the special YouTubers that got behind the scene access.
Yes.
One of them was playing the game. They was doing a mission where they had to go kill an assassin. And rather than actually going through the whole mission and, working their way through this maze or whatever, they worked out that if they could throw this grenade through this window, they could cut the mission short and just kill him straight off.
Right.
So they threw the grenade through the window and killed the assassin without doing the rest of the mission. And CD Projekt Red actually confirmed you can do that with missions.
See, I like that because it's like a multi-choice again.
Yeah.
Instead of having the multi-choice in like sort of like a dialogue sort of thing, I like that you're able to do the mission your way instead of the game's way. Like, yeah, you've got an objective, you've got this, that, and the other, but you decide of what you want to do. That's what a game is all about to me.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how it should be, especially with an open world.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Take Doom, for instance. I recently bought Doom, and I wish I hadn't done, but I recently bought Doom. And the level design is the same every mission. It's, right, you've got to get from A to B. There's a little bit of a maze you've got to do. In the meantime, you've got to fight some demons. But it's literally, you've got to get from A to B. Now, there's no specific marker as in, it doesn't show you where to go because you've got to figure that out for yourself. But it's all the same shit. And that drove me up the wall. I got bored after like 6 missions. It was just like, no, I can't. I like a bit of... I like to show some imagination. The fun bits like the gunplay and ripping demons apart by their ears. Yeah, that was funny. That was brilliant for about 25 minutes. But then after that, it was like, no, I can't. No, I'm bored. What next? I ended up deleting the game because of it. But it's looking like CD Projekt Red is going down the different route of, look, this is your world. We're going to tell you what you need to do, but you work out how to do it.
Yeah. See, I love as well that CD Projekt Red are not just focusing on the cyberpunk game that's coming out. They're also still talking about Gwent, their other game, Witcher, and stuff like that. They're not just solely focusing like, this is our baby, blah 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 blah. Like, they're still taking these other games and still keeping them relevant in a way, which I like. Like on their Twitter, they're very vocal about cyberpunk. They're also very vocal about Witcher and the different things coming out with that, and the store and all that sort of stuff. They're not just focusing on that one particular thing and then wearing it so thin to where it's just, bruh, we've heard it already, calm down.
This is the thing. I mean, with the way they're releasing news about it, it's always something interesting. I mean, they've even done this thing where there's, it started off with a picture that had a secret message in, which was talking to a secret Reddit account, which is pretty much as far as you got with the waiting for the next bit. There's like secret messages going around like they're doing. But there's also things like Mike Pondsmith, the guy who created the cyberpunk universe. They're giving him a part in it, along the lines of the old geezer who created Marvel. What's he called? Stanley. You know how they gave him cameos in the films. They're giving this Mike Pondsmith a cameo in the game, which is really cool. It's like a proper nod to this universe, especially with all the controversy that's been going around with CD. Have you heard about all that crap?
What's that?
All the SJWs complaining about racism and all that in CD Projekt Red. It's like Mike Pondsmith is, for want of a better expression, and just boil it down to brass tacks, is an African American dude who knows his shit. He's creating an amazing universe. And they go, that's sexist. That's racist. Go fuck yourself. And these little SJWs need to fuck off and leave my game alone, man. And that's...
People just moan about the smallest things. Like, why? I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. It's so stupid.
I know. I mean, there are people in the world that can moan about small things, and I understand it. Like my wife, she moans about my small thing constantly. But the straight fact is, it's like this outrage with the Apex shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, come on.
Right, man. Get a grip. Get a grip, people. I mean, I saw this was tweeted by SkillUp, and I have a lot of respect for SkillUp. A lot of respect for him. In fact, between SkillUp and Beard Grizzly, they were the two YouTubers that gave me the confidence to start my own channel. So I have a lot of respect for SkillUp. He's never, I've sent him a mate of mine sent him an email so he could give him a mention. He's never given me one. So, show me some love, SkillUp, you little twat. The straight fact is, this outrage for outrage sake is getting beyond the joke. So basically what we're talking about is Apex Legends, the free-to-play game. Let's just put that in your mind first. Free to fucking play, costs you nothing, it's free. And they're complaining that EA are charging a stupid amount of money in a bit of a dickish way, I might add, for skins.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the kind of outrage I would expect if they was asking you to pay for a gun that's a one-shot bazooka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like EA is selling, or Respawn, or whichever it is selling a one-shot, fire and forget, infinite ammo bazooka.
Yeah.
It's that sort of outrage that's been leveled out. Angry Joe was literally attacking people who was going, Joe, it's just skins. It's just skins in a free-to-play model. Well, what's your problem? Chill. And he's going like apeshit and attacking people for it. And I was sat there going, have you all lost your motherfucking minds? I don't get it. I don't get the outrage. And you can see I'm a little bit hepped up about it. I'm a little bit wound up about it.
See, I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Like you said, if it was like a one-shot sort of kill gun type of thing, then I could understand. But it's not. It's like with you going back to EA, for instance. You know, they make you pay a stupid amount for a football game, and a lot of people do. A lot of people like FIFA and all that sort of stuff. But they also, to get the best, they don't allow you to work up for it, as far as I know, like play a certain amount of ranked games or whatever in order to get like better footballers or something. Yeah. But they make you, they sort of throw these crates at you, throw these loot boxes or whatever to get these extremely good players. Yeah, the packs and stuff.
Player packs, yeah.
Yeah, and they're absurd. I watched a video, and it was of a really, really famous YouTuber, and it's KSI. I don't know if you've ever heard of KSI before.
Yeah, I've heard of KSI.
But I like KSI in small doses, and I remember a few years ago he was opening up packs, and this guy can afford it. He's a multi-millionaire, for fuck's sake. But he was opening packs, and the rage on his face. I think he opened like 100 packs once, and I don't think he got one decent footballer. And it's like, and these packs are like, how much? How much are these packs? They're like, they're a stupid amount. They're a stupid amount. And this is to get the best team physically possible of your football team. You manage them. And this video was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But this is just a fucking skin. It's just a skin. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't increase your skill. It's a fucking skin. It's like CSGO. These AK skins that you get, skins don't make you better. And they don't. Like, I've just recently sold all of my skins on CSGO. Me stupidly went into buying these crates or whatever, just to see if I could get a knife or whatever. People get knife skins and people get AK skins and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't make you better. And that's what I've just realized. And it doesn't. It's just a fucking virtual item. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wait, the only argument that could be put towards EA's shadiness on this is the fact they've used a loot box system. And to guarantee that you get this axe, you have to have all the other 12 items, which you have to get through loot boxes. And to guarantee you get them all, it's about $170 you've got to put in. Right, I get that. Fine, I get that. It's loot boxes. But they are just skins, and it's a free-to-play model in a free-to-play game.
Yeah.
My biggest worry with this, my biggest problem, the reason why I'm getting so angry over it, is that gamers are now, especially YouTubers, are starting to look unreasonable.
Yeah.
You remember all this shit with Battlefront 2, yeah? When EA put almost identically the same model in Battlefront 2 with the loot boxes and all the skins and all this shit. And they put the almost exact same model into Battlefront 2. And everyone, quite rightly, rose up in one voice and went, give your head a wobble. They all literally turned around and said, no, you can take that and you can shove it straight up your fucking arse. Because at the end of the day, it was wrong. Because it was a paid-for title. It was a AAA paid-for title. We all turned around in one voice and went, that's a free-to-play model. You put in a free-to-play model in a paid-for title. It's wrong. And EA did something about it because they had to.
Yeah.
But now, we're all going, you're putting a free-to-play model in a free-to-play game. It's wrong. Do you realise how stupid and moronic you sound when you say shit like that? And it's going to get to a point where we're going to sound so unreasonable that people like Activision, people like EA and 2K and Take-Two, and we'll get on 2K in a minute, I'm not forgetting about you bastards. They're just going to turn around and say, well, it doesn't matter what we do because this is going to be unreasonable anyway, so we'll just do whatever we want.
Yeah, it's like both sides of the coin. You're going to get fucking shouted at regardless. It's like,
so you might as well do it.
It's not the exact same of what's going on, but like I really want to sort of, and I don't like the game. I don't play the game. I don't care for the game. It can literally die in a fire for all I care. But Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yes, Fortnite. Like, Fortnite have got an okay system for my liking. It is a free-to-play game, as far as I know. Yeah, it is. It's a free-to-play game. There's certain sort of modes or whatever that you can pay for, but the overall experience is free-to-play. You can, in events, and I've seen it on live streams, I've seen it on everything, doing a bit of research, you can actually, like, sort of, there was a skin that came out. I don't know what it was called, but it is actually really nice. It was like this fucking crow-looking skin, and you could grind for it. So you had to do certain missions because they give you dailies, weeklies, and stuff like that. Like each season, there's different missions that come out. You can grind for certain things in the game, and they are permanent. But you can also, if you don't want to, grind for the game or, do anything like that. If you don't want to spend countless hours on trying to win 10 games in a row or some bullshit like that, you can outright buy the skin. So that's what I kind of like how Fortnite is going. They give you the option.
I mean, I worked it out. For these 13 items, it's 12 plus this heirloom thing that everybody wants. It worked out to be about $15 an item. Now, if EA had just used the fucking noggins a bit, because for a legendary skin in Fortnite, it's $20 on average. So I've seen someone pay 80 quid for a skin. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it's roughly about $20 for a skin. If EA had turned around and said, right, these are all the skins releasing, you can buy them separately at $30 a piece, people would have done it.
Yeah.
Regardless. So I get the annoyance or frustration from that point of view. But the other side of the coin is you can't have a do at them for the way they've gone about it, because at the end of the day, it's a free-to-play game.
It is.
Yes, if they put that model in a paid-for title, I will stand at the front of the queue with my balls in one hand and my knife in the other, and I'll run at them like William Wallace. And I'll scream from the high hills that they are doing wrong. But the straight fact is, it's not a paid-for title. They can do whatever the hell they want. Because if they do shit that is so egregious and so bad, it's only going to hurt them, because you just don't play the game.
Yeah.
And you don't... It's like this. If Ford, the car company, turned around and said, right, for the new 2019 Ford Focus, we want $550,000 for it.
Yeah.
Everyone in their right mind is going to go, get fucked, I'm not going to buy that. And Ford would suffer for it because no one's going to buy it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Same thing. If EA put something in a free-to-play game that is so egregiously overpriced, the only people they're going to hurt is themselves, because they're not going to make any money from it, because it is too expensive. So why the outrage? What does it matter?
I know.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
And it doesn't, no.
The only, and I've been thinking about this long and hard, Jim Sterling reported on something, and I looked into it. And he turned around and said that in today's society, in the schoolyard, with Fortnite kids and all this, the most common insult nowadays is calling somebody default. And what that means is that they are either not good enough to earn or can't afford to buy a fancy skin for their character. So they're calling them poor. That is where all this is brimming from. It's the fear of just being default.
Yeah.
What's wrong with being default, man? I mean, where I come from, being default turns around to me and says, I'm a savvy bastard because I've got a good game for free and I've not spent a penny. That's how good I am.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these idiots that are spending $20, $30 on skins, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
See, this is what I mean. Like, you're saying, like, people are buying all of these skins, because they don't want to be default or whatever. I've got two of my friends, and I've known them for many, many, many years. One of them actually is my cousin.
Yeah.
And them two play Fortnite literally every day they play Fortnite. And I said to them, how did you get all them skins? Like, well, how much did you pay for them? Blah, 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 blah. And this is no word of a lie. I could even get them on this podcast to even tell you, right? Because they said to me, they had the battle pass, the one where you get like the XP and all that sort of stuff.
£10 or something daft like that.
Yeah. They literally played the game and they told me we had the battle pass and some of these skins, they have not spent a fucking penny on Fortnite, and they still had skins, they still had the battle pass, all that sort of stuff. And all they did was do the missions.
You've got to spend £10 on the battle pass.
No, they got the battle pass without doing it. I promise you this right now. They got the battle pass without spending any money. They did it just from simply grinding the game.
Oh, no,
and you get mission rewards, you get what's called battle stars, and you get more and more and more. And if you complete 7 objectives, you can get like a skin in the game or something along them lines. And that's literally what happens every single week or every day or whatever. You just keep grinding the game.
My idea of hell is being forced to play Fortnite.
I would never touch that game.
I would literally rather stick my tackle in the lion's mouth while flicking its love spot to be a wet towel than play Fortnite. I literally would. In fact, if anyone turned around to me and said, I dare you and Tats to do duos on Fortnite, we'd have to do it because we've been dead. But the straight fact is like, I would probably find where they live and throw paint at the house.
I would have to literally douse myself in cyanide or something. I'd
have to douse myself in vodka. I'd have to play it drunk.
I'd feel so dirty. I don't want to do that.
Well, I can solve that for you.
I just walk myself into this shit, don't I?
You do. I tell you what, talking about walking themselves into shit. Oh, 2K games. Have you heard of this bollocks? Oh, 2K
Some spicy
games.
Stuff happening with them, eh?
2K games and Take-Two Interactive, or whatever they call Mr. Randy Pitchford, sent 2 private detectives to walk in on a YouTuber's own house because they want to interrogate him about leaks which he'd reported on about Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
There's been a big thing going around lately because everyone's talking about boycott Borderlands 3, and that's what this is all about. Take-Two Interactive had the goal to send 2 private detectives to find out who this YouTuber is, go to his house and interrogate him about leaks which he's reported on.
Are they allowed to do this? Like, I don't know I'm guessing in America. I don't know American laws when it comes to stuff like that, but are they actually allowed to do it?
We're talking about a country that lets you buy an assault rifle in Walmart. Of course they're allowed to do it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Not
fucking
when it
cut
comes
that.
To
Cut that.
Yeah, no, we're not cutting that. Are you kidding? When it comes to like looking after their citizens, America's never been brilliant with laws. But the straight fact is, now there is 2 sides of this coin. One side of it, there are allegations from 2K's side that the leaks were incomplete and in some cases untrue. And because of that, they did a 10-month investigation into this YouTuber because there was allegations of him selling leaked information. Now, if that's true, that's dodgy. That's because that's him making money on leaks, which is not something that... As a YouTuber who gives the news, you are a journalist. Yeah, I don't care if you've got 5 subscribers or 5 million subscribers. You are a journalist, and journalists have a code of ethics. Now, if he's seen leaks, because apparently these leaks have come through something on Twitch, which he's seen and he's reported on them. That's how I'm seeing it. If he's then taken that information and said, "I'll let you know what I found out for a $5," that's wrong. Yeah. That's the allegation. However, there's been no rebuttal to that allegation, so I don't know if that's true or not. But on the other side of it, this is where I get a little bit annoyed. Where the fuck do 2K Games and Take-Two get off sending 2 private detectives around to a journalist's house because that journalist is reporting on stuff that they don't want to get out?
Yeah.
Where did they get off? Take-Two, specifically, are well known for seeing YouTubers and content creators as their own personal wing of free marketing. They have done for years, and they get very pissy, sometimes downright nasty, when a YouTuber goes against the grain. And it looks like, as a result of that scenario, I think he's called Supermatos or Supermat.
He is, yeah, Super Matos, I think.
Supermatos' account has been deleted. His Twitter account deleted. His channel has gone, and his career is over.
Yeah, he's deactivated his Twitter. He's just completely gone in the dark right now.
I find that, to do that to a kid. I mean,
yeah. Didn't he have 42K subscribers? So he wasn't like the biggest channel in the world.
No, he was a mid-card. He was a mid-card
definitely.
YouTuber. It was his livelihood. When you start getting over 100,000 subs and you start making like $1,000 a month, it's your livelihood. I don't care what anybody says. And the straight fact is that those sort of numbers, it would have been his livelihood. And the fact that they've attacked him like that. Now, this is where this is why I brought in two sides of the coin, because if I'd have put myself in Supermato's shoes, and I'd have been right by this, and I'd have said, look, I'm just reporting on what I've seen. Yeah? If that had been me, I'd have fought this. I'd have turned and said, look, it's your fault it got leaked. This is the leaks. I'm sorry if they've come through untrue, but I've told everyone they're leaks and rumours. And at the end of the day, if that's hurt you in some way, it's your fault for letting the information get out. However, if he's sold it, this is why I don't get why the channel's gone. If his channel's gone, his Twitter's gone, there must be something to it from his side of it where he's done something dodgy. Has to be.
Has he paid someone for these links? That's what you need to sort of.
No, I think he's sold the information on. There has to be something like that, because otherwise, why would you get rid of your channels and stuff? Why would you just ditch your livelihood?
This is the final point, though. Like, this YouTuber is the one that's getting all of this backlash and these legal actions thrown against him, potentially. But where did you have to go back a little bit. Where did these leaks come from? Did they come from an inner source? If there is, then 2K really need to look at the people that are working in their offices and how this got leaked in the first place. And instead of attacking somebody that they apparently have been investigating for the best part of a year, then why are they not doing that to their own people? Like, why are they? If this was a guy, let me just turn this around again.
Yep.
If this was a guy or a girl, whatever, if they had over 1 million subs, say if it was PewDiePie, do you think they would do it to him?
PewDiePie. I think even if they did do it to him, PewDiePie just tell him to go fuck themselves.
But that's the thing, though. Would they actually do it to somebody as big as a profile as him?
I don't think they would. I don't think they
would either. I don't think they've got the gall to. Yeah, I don't.
The straight fact that they've sent 2 private detectives.
How scary would that have been, though?
It doesn't look like. To be fair to him, I've seen pictures of him. He looks like 9 stone wet through. And the straight fact is, if you've got 2 hufty-grufty private detectives, and these people, let's not get this straight, we're not talking like Columbo here. Nowadays, detectives, especially in America, they're like bounty hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go after the serious shit. So you get 2 hufty-grufty, can look after themselves, private detectives, turn up at your door, you're going to be intimidated.
See, I'm just kind of like really on this borderline of
it's
how did they find him without trying to dox him? You know what I mean? Without trying to find it, because I'm guessing this YouTuber's not got his personal information about where he lives and stuff like that out in the the limelight. So how did they dig into it?
It's not that hard. You look at anyone, if he's been on his social media, if he's like, for instance, they can get a rough idea of where he lives from checking out his IP. You get that. From there, it's just a case of looking at his Twitter, social media accounts, looking at photos, see if there's anything that's in the background they can recognise.
Yeah.
For instance, as you've been down the high street and they notice a shop, it's not hard to get the area. For a private detective, wouldn't be hard to find out where a YouTuber lives.
Well, no,
in fact, it wouldn't be hard for me to find out where a YouTuber lives. That's a fucking message to all you bastards out there. So, but the straight fact is that should they have done it?
I don't think they should have done, in my personal opinion. I think, maybe an exchange of, you go through it the delicate way, and if this YouTuber basically goes, go fuck yourself, then maybe take it the one step further by getting the courts
Solicitors involved.
Yeah, exactly. Courts and everything.
Not 2 private detectives.
That's it. This is going along the borderline of this YouTuber didn't commit bloody murder. Do you know what I mean? He literally just said leaks that he potentially found on the internet. The internet is a weird place, and you can find very, very weird stuff on it. But as soon as you put something on the internet, from
experience there.
I know, right? Browser.com. If you literally put it doesn't matter what you do. If you put a post that was 10 years ago, you put a comment on YouTube, someone could find it. Someone could find that comment, so when you put something on the internet, it stays there. So this guy might have done a little bit of, whatever, but it goes back to the fucking point. Who leaked it in the first place? Stop fucking over this YouTuber that, it's pissing me off just thinking about it. You're literally fucking on a person that has just redistributed the leaks that he's found potentially.
They've done him in.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. Once you're gone, you're gone. Now I know they issued copyright strikes on his channel.
Yeah, there was two. Wasn't there?
Yeah, so maybe that's why they've probably got in touch with YouTube and got it shut down. It could be them that shut it down. It could be him that shut it down himself. Either way, I don't think it's right what they've done at all. I don't think it's bullying tactics.
Yeah.
It's pure harassment what they've done. And yeah, you could turn around and say he's well within his right to tell the detectives to go do one. But if they catch you at the right time, and bear in mind they'll know exactly when to approach him, they could catch him at the right time. They could be very intimidating.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, if these two gentlemen, I'm guessing it was, these two private investigators, went over to this guy's house or found him in the street or whatever, if two people came up to you and started talking legal action, about talking illegal activity, then you're completely blindsided by it. Like, that's going to be fucking terrifying, especially with what's happening. Well, that's it. Especially with what's happening in America as recent news. That's going to be so fucking scary. I really would not know. I wouldn't know where to put myself. I don't know what this young guy was thinking at the time. I bet he was scared, though.
I tell you what, we talk about boycotts. It saves to me consider whether or not I'm going to buy Borderlands 3.
I see. I was literally just about to say that. I was so excited. I even retweeted Borderlands 3 the other day because I was so excited for the release and any more content. I love Borderlands as a series, but this is really, really fucked me up. Do I really want to give my money to this company just so then they can hire more fucking investigators to go fuck over smaller YouTubers, in comparison to what else I've seen?
Who don't do what they want them to do.
That's it.
And the straight fact is, this is my problem with it. And this is why I'm thinking I'm not going to buy Borderlands.
Yeah.
Let's say 2K is right. Let's say this guy has been soliciting information, he's been costing them money, doing X, Y, he's done all sorts of things to them. Why didn't they just go through the courts?
Through the proper way. Yeah.
Why did they hire two private detectives to go to his house? That's like me. If I did that to someone, there would be only one reason why I want to do that. Tell someone I know where they live. Yeah. That would be the only reason I want to do that to somebody. If I were a YouTuber and I did that and two private detectives came to my house, the first thing I'd be thinking is like, how have you found where I live? What? So 2K can get to me at any point, even in my own house?
It's not.
It's not worth it. And the straight fact is, that is what it looks like it's come across. And I've got to ask myself, do I want to support that? And
it's sleazy. It's sleazy. Just more than anything. Like, this is not what I would think a company as 2K, as big as they are. Like, I wouldn't have thought that, it's like Activision or whatever doing it. Like, you would never think in a million years that a gaming developer, a publisher, whatever you want to call them, would ever do something like this through a video. Like you said, if they were costing the money and stuff. The only thing that they've said on the matter is that it's potentially going to impact the overall experience of people that are going to get the game. If they see this video, it's going to dull the view. They might not want to buy it, whatever. But if you're thinking that about your own game, is your game really that worth it? Is it, if you've got doubts in, it's...
They could have issued a cease and desist notice. There's
Yep.
1,000 ways they could have dealt with this, especially if they had his address. You know what I mean? But to send 2 people round to his house, I'm sorry, but that's.
But they went as far as to get this guy's address. Think about that for a second. Like, they went that far. Yeah. They were investigating this for a year. This could have been sorted in a matter of a week if they went through the court. You issue that letter, that email, whatever, just to say, listen, we have copy striked your videos. We want you to take them down straight away. YouTube would then get involved and be like, yes, they own the rights to this information. It's their information of an unreleased game, because Rockstar did something very similar. It wasn't on the YouTube space, I don't think, but I briefly used to work for a company called Game, and it's very big in the United Kingdom. It's very similar, if not the same, as GameStop in America.
It's same company.
Yeah, and when GTA 5 was due to be released, they brought a few days beforehand so they could get all the pre-orders ready. I know this for a fact because I worked for the company very briefly. When Rockstar as a company came over with these boxes sealed, tightly sealed, and what they would do every day randomly up to release day, they would come and check all the boxes of the games that they gave to the store, and they would make sure that no one took a sneaky little copy to go and play at home, whatever. Yeah. And because you know what gamers are like, when we see that new shiny game, we just want to play it straight away. But that's what they would do. That's the proper way of doing it. But if something's been released in your game or whatever, just do it the proper way. Just say, take your videos down. If you don't take them down within a few days or give them a notice, then we're going to take the action of lawyers involved, or suing and stuff like that, because you're releasing information of the game that's going to impact the release. It's going to impact people's opinion. It's probably going to give false information because you don't know if that leak is kosher as fuck. Like if you're releasing this specific mission and you do this, and this, what if that's not true? You're lying about a game. That's illegal in a sense. You could sue them on the basis of the lying part, but this investigator sort of thing is completely out of order, in my opinion.
It's no difference from the mob sending heavies.
That's it. That's exactly it, dude. That's exactly it. It's sending the muscle around to rough them up.
The problem is Randy Pitchford has been well known to attack YouTubers, fans. He's not the most mentally stable person on earth. The straight fact is, although it's Take-Two, not 2K, that's done this, because Take-Two own 2K, it stinks of Randy Pitchford. Yeah. It stinks of him. And the straight fact is that I don't know if I can morally support that course of action, regardless of what this YouTuber's done. Yeah. Regardless, because there's other ways of handling it. And I think, what they've done is just, it's abhorrent. I can't think of another word that describes it effectively.
It just really upsets me because I was really looking forward to this game, but like you said, this is just completely 360 in my view on this whole thing. I really don't want to give my money, my hard-earned money, towards a company that would do somebody so fucking dirty like this. Yeah. This is not what the gaming community is about. The devs and the gaming community, its players, have got a very special relationship, and what you've basically just done is that you've just literally shat on us. You've done it to this YouTuber, but you've also done it to the rest of the people that are so hyped for the game, that are showing the trailers, that are taking bits out of the trailer and trying to go, oh, there's a new gun, I saw it in that 1.1 second clip or something. Them YouTubers are going to be frightened of even doing anything like that. That's going to impact on your game as a whole, because what's the fucking point? People are just boycotting it, and I completely stand with them. I do. I'm sorry, I do. I completely do. Yeah.
I'm going to think of this from two sides of the coin. As a gamer, I want to play Borderlands 3. I really want to play Borderlands 3. But as a YouTuber, I have a set of morals, and the straight fact is, I am now in conflict of whether do I give in to my gaming side, because let's face it, Borderlands 3 content would be great for my channel. It would be fantastic for it. But at the same time, is that not supporting what they've done?
can you morally do it though? That's the point. Like, can you
I said I've
morally
got
do
morals.
it?
I didn't say I had good morals. You know, but
See, I'm on the fence as well. Like,
yeah.
I'm in two minds of that gamer and that
I tell you what.
that human.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this question to you. Put in the comments below. Given what we've said, would you still buy Borderlands 3? Would you still buy it? Let's have a discussion about this. And I want to know what you think about it, because I'm literally on the edge. I'm on the fence here. It's going to go one way or another. And considering what you say is whether or not I'll buy the game or not. But we'll just have to see what happens with that. But however, we do have good news. We have some really good, some celebratory news. No Man's Sky is finally good. He's finally good. Oh, I've waited for years for this. For those of you who don't know me from back in the day, a lot of my friends used to ask my opinions on whether or not I thought a game was good. Go back to the original start of No Man's Sky. The very first week, I loved it. I absolutely adored the game. And I told everyone I loved the game. And yeah, then I found out how shit it was, really. Because it was a mile wide and an inch deep, the content. There was literally nothing to it. But by the time I'd realised that, I'd told everyone it was like a fucking fantastic game and everyone should go out and buy it. So ever since then, for years, I've had this, is this the best game ever? And it drives me up the wall every time I hear it, and they do it as often as they can. But now, obviously, the big patch called Beyond has been released. And I thought I'd dive back in, see what it's like. It was pretty much, there was some quality of life stuff that I noticed straight off the bat, which looked, like third person. There's one of my friends actually landed on a planet that I was on and started pissing with me shit, and I was a bit pissed off at that, but still, he was there, and I thought that was awesome. He gave me a wave and then tried to blow up me shack. Bastard. But it was pretty much, those little things like that going on. I thought, that's not bad, that's quite cool. Only until I walked to the next galaxy, to the next star, and walked in on a full-on space battle like Star Wars style, where frigates were getting attacked by pirates. I'm getting messages left, right, and centre. Can you help us? Please help us. We need your help, Mr. B. Only you can save us. And I'm there flying in like Red Leader, just taking out all these pirates. And all of a sudden, I'm like, yes, this is the game I was promised in the beginning. This is it. And I can now proudly say No Man's Sky has my seal of approval. Definitely. 100% you've got to try it. It does
look really good. I love there's plenty of additions that's come out with it. Better multiplayer, VR support is now fully functional in the game, which is amazing. The NPCs, you can tame animals now. You can even ride a crab.
Yeah,
you can ride a crab, guys. Come on. You need to get the game just because you can ride a fucking crab.
Crabs normally ride me, so I get me fucking home back on them.
Jesus Christ. We're delving into the personal life of Mr. B right now. But there's two big things that I think was a massive and such a good addition to this Beyond update. Yeah, there was a few teething problems when it first came out. They've recently, as of yesterday, I'm saying, Friday the 16th of August, they released a fix for that, so the blue screen issues and stuff like that are now going to be completely gone, which is fantastic for the players delving back into it. Don't be so disheartened about the first day of release. It's now been fixed, but the space anomaly, it's basically, if anyone's played Destiny, it's kind of like the tower. So it's the main hub, it's the social hub where you can meet people and trade things and stuff, and I just think that's such a good addition to the game. That's what it needed, and I'm so happy about that. But the biggest thing that is a game changer, in my opinion, that has come out with this update, hear this out. You can now sit on chairs. Oh my God! What? You can sit on chairs now, bro. You can sit on chairs. I'm done. I'm buying the game.
Sod the chairs. I want me crab.
It sounds like you've already got them, mate. Like,
yeah, that came out a bit premature there. But that blue screen thing, that was annoying as shit. On day one of the Beyond release, I think it was Thursday. I went. The anomaly, like I said, is like a tower. You fly to it, you fly, and it's a big floating ball which looks awesome. And visually, is really impressive.
Yeah.
But as soon as you went in there, it was blue screen of death.
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
you
I
load the
heard
game
that
back
from a lot,
up,
yeah.
and it was blue screen of death again. It took me nearly 3 hours to get out of the anomaly. I was like, you sons of bitches, you broke me game. I've got all my shit to feed on the planet. You broke me game, man. But no, it was just, it was a nightmare. But they fixed it, and it's so much better.
Yeah, they have.
I am so happy. Bear in mind, this is not a game for everybody. This is a sci-fi space adventure for those who love Minecraft. That is pretty much what it is. Yes, there's a bit of story in there. Yes, there's a bit of intrigue with what's going on with Artemis and all this shit. But in effect, it's just a sandbox exploration game, which is very cool. But it's not going to be for everybody. If you're the run-gun Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed type player, it's not going to be for you. But if you love Minecraft or anything like that, what's another one? Conan. What was that stupid one? What was that stupid one with dinosaurs?
Oh, Ark. Yeah, I was about to say,
yeah.
it reminds me a little bit of a mixture between like Rust and Ark sort of feel to it, where it's like your survival and then you've got a bit of lore behind it. You can
Pretty
meet
much,
other people,
yeah.
but it's basically what life would be like living in space, and it's kind of like the Marsh.
Well, yeah, if you're on LSD constantly, you'd have to have some seriously psychotropic goods to believe if that's going to be life like in space. I've never done anywhere with blue grass. Blue grass and a purple sky and like pink floating elephants going past me.
Well, like you said, it depends on what you snorted that day, man. Don't do your drugs, kids.
No, you'll end up like me.
Fuck you.
So we're ending this. Well, we're actually not going to end it here because did you have any sale things?
Oh, gee, well, I've got so many sales going on. Speaking of which, No Man's Sky is actually on sale right now.
Oh, there we go. How much is it?
It's actually only in the UK it's £20 or $19.99 USD. That's about $24. In Australian dollars, about $35. In euros, it's $21. So that's not too bad.
Can I give you a tip in the UK? If you're looking to buy this, search for in Facebook buy and sell. You'll pick it up for £5, and there's no DLCs or anything. So you don't need to. When I say DLCs, there's no paid DLCs. It's all free. So if you can find the game, I know it's like, but Mr. B, where's my sale thing? The straight fact is, it's not worth £20.
Yeah,
it's just not. In my view, realistically, you want to be trying to get a used copy for about £10-15.
Yeah,
that's where it needs to be.
There's different websites like G2A. If
do not go to G2A. Never go to G2A ever. They are cocks and bellends of the highest order. Do not go to G2A. Have you not heard about all the shit going on with G2A?
I've never had a problem with G2A.
All the shit with G2A that has gone down, we'll leave it for next week. I'll talk about it next week.
Right, okay. Well, we'll talk about it next week. So skip that part of G2A because, like I said, if there's any sort of funky stuff going on, I wouldn't want to lead any of you guys down the path.
It's all about dodgy codes and screwing over indie developers.
Right.
But it's not good. Do not go to G2A for any reason whatsoever.
Well, let's go to a reliable source then, okay? So any of my PC gamers out there, I'm sorry, I know maybe some of you are PS4 or Xbox One. I'm pretty sure the sales are going to be quite similar. There is one game in particular that I've been looking at. I've been watching it since it got released last year. And it's called Green Hill, and it sets in like the tropics, sort of whatever. It's in modern time, and you're like an archaeologist sort of person, and something happens, whatever. The story's quite good, and you go into the Amazonia Amazonian rainforest, and you're sort of clinging to life. The journey is all about the jungle. There's tribes in there and stuff, and it's a really good type of game that I like. And currently, right now, it's gone from £20 all the way down to 13. So I think that's a pretty good deal right now, considering that game's never been on sale since release.
So what's it called? Green what?
Green Hell. Sorry, I actually called it Green Hill.
Oh, Green Hell, is that not like that film? Do you not remember Green Hell? Is it Green Hell, the film? Where they went into, basically, right, Green Hell, the film. Quick recap, a couple of years ago. It's a Del Toro movie. Basically, what happened is a load of happy-clappy research hippie scientists are on a plane. It goes down in this jungle. And they find they get rescued by a bunch of cannibal...
oh, no, you're talking about the forest.
No, it's not. It's Green something. I know it's called Green something.
Green Hill is the film, but I think, I'm saying this, I think the game The Forest is based on that film, because you do end up being in a plane with your son and you crash land or whatever, and there's an island full of cannibal people. And it's fucking weird. That's a good game to play. That's survival. That's really good. The lore and the story is actually quite good on that game. I do like it.
There you go, folks. You got The Forest, you got Green Hell, and No Man's Sky. So there we go. There's 3 top picks for this week. Having said that, it is time to come to a close. We've reached the hour mark.
No.
I know.
No.
I tell you what, it's been a cracking podcast this week. It's been awesome.
I hate it when we come to the end, though, because we could go on forever.
Well, we're doing that on the 1st of September, so don't forget, so the 1st of September, live podcast, live on YouTube, Mixer, and Facebook. Oh my, it's going to be awesome. So yeah, that's us live on the 1st of September, don't forget.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Before we leave, though, I just want to, obviously, we say this every week, but we mean it from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been fantastic. It's time to say goodbye. Well, thank you again for everyone being here. Thank you for listening. Come back next week for TGP. Until then, ta-ta for now.
Bye.